No, I was going to do my NPR voice. Hi there.
Yeah.
Mass Bandit here. And welcome to episode 30 of Planet Brocoaster.
And we're going to take a look at a little-known area.
Here we have
Southside.
Mike Schweddy with us to talk about his sweaty balls. I love that
Nobody
skit.
beats my balls.
I love having your balls in my mouth.
Oh.
No one can resist my sweaty balls.
Hey guys, Mass Bandit here, and welcome to the big old episode 30 of Planet Brocoaster. I got my bro, as always, and Seven.
Hello.
Hello.
I thought we were doing NPR voices.
You said you already had that for your cold open.
No, we're doing them right now.
Oh, well then let me redo this.
No, don't.
And of course, do I need to do the whole thing over, or are we good?
No,
Okay.
no.
And with us today, we have a very special guest. We have from across the pond. Is that what they say? I don't even know.
Oh,
I hate
think
that phrase, right? Do
Yeah,
they hate?
we love
I don't
it.
know.
We really love
One.
it. Please continue.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
One of them used it with you. So one of them. We have with us MineralJunction joining us today. Say hey.
Hi guys,
So glad to have you here.
it's a pleasure to be here. Thank you very much for having me.
This is the
Yeah.
grand architect of World of Steve.
Yes,
Yeah.
which we just released recently on YouTube, and
Yeah, it'll be a week ago. Yeah.
Yeah.
and he's excellent. So we're really glad to have him here. The way it normally works, though, is normally he'd come on and just hang out with us, and we'd tell him what we wanted him to do, and then he'd go do it, and he'd come back and show us. Truth be told, he's already been working for quite a while.
Yeah.
So this is kind of a combo here: the introduction and reveal all in one.
Yep.
We're getting
So
really
we're
good.
getting
Yeah.
really
Yeah,
streamlined here.
economic
at
time
Brocoaster.
usage, yeah, it's good.
Yeah, so that's how we're going to do.
Yes. So we saw him. We saw what he did with World of Steve. We saw what he did at Jubilee, and we were like, "All right, Jubilee, cool. We're gonna take him now."
Yeah, exactly. And
Yeah.
now he's ours
And
forever.
I've been working as
Thanks for
Yeah.
getting him all fluffed up. We'll take it from here.
Fluffed
All
up.
right, let's go to the park.
Fluffed up. So here we are at the first chunk of Mineral's work here, and it is we sent him on a task to, how would you describe it? To plainly theme the wooden coaster, and good job, man.
Yeah,
Like I hate telling you build boring stuff, but then
yeah.
you go and you build
I think you guys
amazingly
didn't
boring
actually tell
stuff.
me to build this boring. I kind of volunteered for this one.
Oh, okay.
Right.
And then you did such a good job. We just said make everything
You're like,
boring.
yeah, that looks really
Yep.
boring. Well done. And I was like, yeah, thanks.
That's a compliment.
Yeah,
Yeah.
at Brocoaster, that's a compliment. I really enjoy the color of the wood
Yeah.
that you've.
Mhm.
It looks like brand new yellow pine.
Mhm.
Like
Mhm.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's very good. So
I-
go ahead, Mike.
And I understand that this looks very boring, but like we said in previous episodes, generic isn't necessarily easy. The way you've got this all like kind of built up, and the way that you've incorporated this cube bridge in here, I mean, it looks really good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I specifically like all the different layers you have. You have the path, and then the planter, and then the raised queue. That's very, very nice. That's a detail that I missed upon first look. So that's
Awesome.
love
I'm
it.
glad you guys
Yeah,
liked
and I love all the different types of fences that you use. I don't know. I don't know why I noticed
Yeah,
that
you
so
have
much.
like I can count like 1, 2, 3,
Yeah.
4.
fences.
4, about 4 different types of
That's
fences in
awesome.
here.
And so now Gnarler 2, is that its official name and sign? I think it should be.
Yeah, I slaved over this
I mean,
color choice of these pink and green, so I'll be really upset if you change that.
You can see it pretty far back. You can read it gnarly
We should keep
too.
it. Hey, we should call it, hey, there's a ride back here.
God, you and your names, Hype Train. Ugh.
Hey, there's a ride back
Spoiler
here.
alert on the hype
Hey, there's a
train.
ride back here. It's not as bad as Stupid Swing or whatever.
Yeah.
you named
Oh,
your
yeah.
chair swing.
Stupidly awesome chair swing.
Or the Stevenetian carousel.
I like Stephen
Yeah,
Ishin
yeah.
carousel.
You got to take these opportunities when they're there, you know. A good pun.
But that's the stuff that
All
we
right.
love. All right, so yeah, this is still work in progress.
it's
Needs
unfinished,
some more
yeah.
love and attention, but it's well on its way. I love how it's just kind of like dead end. Like, this is it. Now
Yep.
get
this
back
is
up
it.
there.
We have
Yep.
no more room.
To the
So
point
we
where
added
you
a
can
Woody.
even see where the old fence used to be.
Yeah,
Of
I
the
do
old
really
gate.
like how
I
this
like
whole
that.
area is kind of tacked on to the edge of the park there, and it's kind of fenced off. Like, this is a new area
Yeah.
that's been added on.
Yeah.
Like, we didn't even try to build like a new marquee or anything. We just opened the gate
Right.
and said,
Yeah.
here you go.
Right. And so I guess today's episode then is about all the things that are beyond the borders here, aren't they?
Oh, yeah.
Pretty
These
much,
are about
yeah.
all of our jank expansions. So, okay.
Although, so we got this lovely GCI here, another one of Kinderly's designs, because Mike doesn't get coasters anymore.
Mike's been
Let's
served.
go to another Kinderly design, because Mike doesn't get coasters anymore.
Would that be the little one?
Yeah.
We've got
the little
3
green-
Kinderly designs to show off today. Holy
I
crap.
don't know why
And
I
yet-
did.
Wait,
Why
don't-
didn't you have Kinderly
don't-
on the
don't-
episode?
Yeah, don't show off the one in the back. Because Kinderly, I don't know, he's got a bad microphone.
This is true.
So here it is. Here is somebody had mentioned that we should have like an older coaster in the park, like an older Woody, and I was originally like, yeah, we had tried that idea, but it didn't make a whole lot of sense. And then I started looking at some like little kitty Woodies because I felt like we were lacking in that department.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, sweet, we can kill 2 birds with one stone. Kill birds. Brooch of reference.
Never forget.
And we have this lovely little kitty Woody that is like the oldest coaster in the park.
There you go. It reminds
there you
me a
go.
lot of, again, at Six Flags Great America, there's Little Dipper. And it was a part of a little park called Kittyland. And once they tore that down, they actually saved the coaster and brought it to Six Flags. And it's very similar to this. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
he did a really good job. It feels exactly like it should. He's also going to do custom supporting for the bits that sit on each
That are
other.
floating.
But, yeah, and I think I'm going to ask him to do some angled bents too.
cool. Very nice. And there's not much else
It's
to say because
beautiful.
it's...
Yeah, there's not much else to say, but if I zoom back...
I don't know
you
if
can
I
see
like
it-
the green, though.
I love the green.
Alrighty, then it's staying green. Got it.
Shut up. 'Cause
What's Mineral
it's-
think? Do you like the green?
I think the green's pretty nice, yeah.
Good choice.
I think
You
you could,
sided with
like-
the right
you could-
person.
You could, like, accent, maybe put, like, can you just change the colour of the railing that runs along the side?
Yeah,
Ah.
actually, I want to do lighting all across the railing too.
Ooh.
Yeah, I think that could be cool.
Yeah, that'll look nice.
Yeah.
I love how you've
And
got
the
it. I
other-
don't know if you're going to keep this, but how it's just kind of sat on this massive, like, sand.
No, this will be
Sandlot.
forested. That's why I kind of want the green because it'll disappear.
I see.
It's go away
Kind of
green.
enjoying the barren vibes.
Well, we'll get there. So if
Yeah,
I
we'll
zoom
get to
back a
Baron,
little
don't
bit,
you worry.
You'll no, we're not doing Baron Achten Echten Uchten. We're not doing a dive coaster. But that was my touch.
don't
for
know
you.
really,
what you're
really good.
Wow. You
Baron,
should just move there. You'd fit right in.
We moved Frontier Village because a lot of, including our own bros, said that they hated the natural pathing, and so I was like, all right, fine. And so this whole area has been reconstructed again.
Mm-hmm. And I don't
wait.
I don't detest it as much.
Cut the coaster out that we're going to show later.
Oh, don't look at
There we
that.
go.
All right.
Don't look at that.
Ah.
So I put the theater back, and it's now called the Willow Tree, and it is now kind of the core of this area, which kind of makes sense because it's a big outdoor stage.
Yeah, I agree. I like that better, actually.
And then we will continue to build up Frontier Village into something that works again.
Yeah, we'll
But
have to
for
swing it.
now-
We'll have to swing it around to incorporate the moose knuckle in a little bit better.
Yeah,
Like that
yeah.
is totally off on its own little island now, so it'll be interesting to
Well,
see.
it is part of the Bear Gorge area, and this in Frontier Village is not part of Bear Gorge.
Oh, it's
So it is a little
news.
bit different.
It's news to me.
I make it up as I go.
Clearly, who's writing the history here?
You stopped writing the history. I'm
I
very
did.
sad.
I need to start that up again.
It's because we actually lost a wooden coaster and then we gained a wooden coaster, so
Reginald.
eventually it all evens out.
Reginald loved tall ships.
So this will get cleaned up, but I do like the placement of MineralJunction now because it's actually by the water.
Mm-hmm. Does MineralJunction specifically love water or something?
The gold painting.
Oh yeah, I see you've got the gold painting, the little like barrel. I don't know what any.
And I did this just for giggles, but then I looked. They have one at Cedar Point. I'm pretty sure they have one of these at Cedar Point.
A gold painting thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, well, damn. I thought I was more creative, but I guess not.
I mean, it worked for me because they have that at Knott's and stuff like that.
Yeah, I like it, though. I still like it a lot. So
now we have access to the willow tree backstage, and we'll, again, clean this up and all that. Ooh, you see a shadow of a coaster.
Ooh.
I wonder what that is.
Oh, it's probably big.
And we also actually got this working a little bit. So there's a holding area for the willow tree, and then the guests would come in, sit down, and then they would exit out the stairs.
Ah.
And there's also stairs down to this area where we can put more benches and more seating.
Oh, yeah, I noticed you did a little bit of modification to it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't hate it. I will accept it.
Yay!
It
All right.
looks awesome, guys. Yeah. It's very nice.
Thank you.
Ruble has been working really hard on the rapids. We will cover that in another episode because we've got a really big area to show now.
Mm-hmm.
So if we continue past Willow Tree and we get down to Path View, there is a whole new area back here.
Oh shit!
And we are calling it. Let's see if Mass remembers.
Southside.
No. God.
Firestorm!
Fire, yeah, well, you figured out fire. Very good.
I gotta make a sign for it, then I'll remember the name of it.
Genuinely, this is the area I've been so excited for.
I wasn't at first. I was like, I don't know how we're gonna do this, and then it ended up being like, oh my gosh, yes.
So this is Southside.
And this is pretty much, 100... How much of this is mineral? This is why Mineral's with us today.
This is a lot of mineral.
Yeah. It's mostly
it was
all
kind
you.
of a team effort, really, right? Like, there's a lot of back and forward on the getting all the paths laid out and everything.
Yeah, but all the stuff that's cool is yours. So.
I don't know.
What I want to say is that Mineral took on this idea so hard to have this like basically paved, depressing area that he went too far, and we were like, oh, well, maybe not that bad. So that's why we kind of developed this pseudo like industrial like gritty theme.
I found some inspiration pics from Six Flags over Texas. Their Gotham is really kind of ugly, like intentionally industrial looking with their Mr. Freeze coaster and all that, and so that's kind of our inspiration. And I'm loving the brown and orange color scheme. I mean, come on.
Everything is rust color.
It's so brown and orange. So yeah, Mineral, walk us through your 2 weeks here.
Yeah, I mean, as you say, it was kind of a tricky process, kind of getting to this point that we're looking at now. Because when I first started, I was working on the Woody station, and I was secretly hoping that you guys were gonna, because you'd mentioned that you wanted to make this expansion, and I was terrified of the idea of like plotting out a massive paths area in your park, because I know you guys are.
No, it's not you guys. It's him.
I mean, I accept that.
Yeah. I think it's reasonable as well. It's your own park. You want it to look as good as possible. So, so basically, I kind of put off working on it for a few days and just worked on the Woody station. And then eventually we talked about it, and we just decided that I was going to start like sketching out pathing, and I was using these like ugly yellow buildings that you can probably still see scattered.
Oh yeah, there's a couple, as like place markers.
Yeah, we were kind of just blocking stuff out with those, building some paths, and then I showed you guys, and I think it was Mike then went in and started kind of messing around with the layout a little bit, and we just kind of passed it back and forward for a few days until we settled on something that we were pretty into.
Yeah, and it actually...
Honestly, I wasn't... Oh, go ahead.
It's actually... And it's the big addition is what cemented where everything was going to be, because we needed that. We needed the upcoming coaster where it was at. And that's really, I think, what propelled us forward. Once we knew where, in general, the station was going to go, it allowed the rest of this area to get fleshed out. So.
And honestly, I didn't expect us to move so quickly on this area, but
I didn't
just
either.
Fell into place, and I was like, all right, let's go with it.
Yeah, let's just keep plugging away, because this is there's so much done when you assume, hey, When you assume there is absolutely nothing. Sorry, my kiddo is like right here. Hi. Where you assume there is. No, it's not time to eat. No. Sorry, buddy.
Just bark.
No, he looked at me and gave me the symbol for eat and said, "E."
Ah.
I said, "No."
What's the symbol for eat?
And see, he puts his little hands up to his face like you're going to put something in your mouth.
Is that like Simon's cat when he goes ah?
Well, it's sign language. I mean, we try to do baby sign language, and so to keep it's supposed to keep him less frustrated, but it doesn't necessarily work. So, anyway,
Nice shit on your kid during Brocoaster.
it's the trend. Continue. I'm sorry. Continue.
I thought you were talking. Who was talking?
Yeah, I think it was you that was talking.
Oh crap!
Yeah, it was you.
What was I talking about?
We originally had this this area planned out, a lot of concrete and stuff like that, and then I was listening. Well, I had played Cuphead before, and I always thought the soundtrack would be really cool to be used as like an on-ride soundtrack. So, in order to justify the theme, it started becoming more like of an industrial, like fun post world, I guess.
Yeah,
it's the wrong side of the tracks. So the train, you actually cross over the train and you go to the wrong side of the tracks.
So this is the ghetto.
That's what this whole area is. Yeah, it's a fun ghetto.
Oh my god!
It's a rust belt, and if you know what a rust belt is, that's what it's supposed to look like.
Yeah, I'm well aware of the rust belt. Yeah.
So this elixir here, we've got Rust Belt Rumble.
Here's a real high-class belt. It's on.
Rust Belt Rumble.
The Iron Claw is Southside Swinger.
I'm sorry, these
Matt's
names.
favorite.
My favorite one, Kinderly, came up with this one.
Yeah, the kickflip is
Danger Conveyor.
And then I still don't have a name for this freaking Euro 320 that has moved like 10 times.
I thought you did. You don't have a name for that one yet?
It's called Rickety Cricket, but I don't think that's the actual name.
Rickety Cricket. That's awesome.
But I mean, MineralJunction's been building this Rust Belt trinkets building, and then he's kind of fleshed out this whole back area, this back midway here. Mm-hmm. It just looks so good.
I really love your gas station, your fuel stop. That is tiny. I absolutely love how small that is.
Oh, yeah,
it's awesome.
And your gas pumps are really good.
Yeah,
I love the gas pumps.
Oh, it's just gingerbread pieces. Oh, that's clever.
Yeah, that's awesome. Wow. That's so good.
And then, did you see the mine gluten?
Oh,
pretzels.
What is that supposed to be up here? This raised area.
I'm not really sure, to be honest with you. I had sort of a weird idea for it at one point, and then I just got distracted by other things, and now it's just turned into this kind of
I love it.
Storage
it
space.
Does. It looks like a stage that doesn't have any entertainment, so they're
maybe it was a stage at one time, and they can't book. Yeah.
Or it used to be something else, and then they've gutted it out, and they haven't got around to.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
And now there's just these old mine gluten stands that are waiting to be
I love this mine gluten bakery. We're gonna come up. I think we're gonna come up with a whole bunch of homemade brand names for No Name Landia to advertise throughout the park.
Yeah, CPG fans, I'm bringing back FizzWiz.
FizzWiz Cola.
We do need to give a shout out to Rubel for coming up with mine gluten. I can't take credit for that one. So.
Oh, that was Rubel's idea? That's great.
Yeah.
I just love Bavarian Bakery mine gluten. God, that's hilarious. But yeah,
you've taken some of Rubel's interior for his midway and put them into your covers. Looks good.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
The reskinning of these rides, they make them of these games, they make them feel completely new.
So you had a sign that said South on it. What happened to that thing?
I lost it in a crash. My game crashed.
Oh no!
Yeah. So I've still got the word South, which is I put on this burning pile of gold chests over the corner.
over here in the... Oh my god, and we still don't have a use for this cosmic cow and Monsieur Fritz.
Yeah.
This building...
I did have it integrated into the area at one point, but it's just been shoved off to the side again now.
Oh, jeez. My poor building. It would actually, with a recolor, it would probably fit in here pretty well.
Yeah, I think so.
We need to find it.
Yeah, if you can like make it look a little bit more kind of
run down.
Put it into a burning pile of treasure chests.
Yeah.
That's funny. Oh, there it is.
South.
Yeah, I lost the second half of the word. The game
I love how we just have a literal dumpster fire back here of stuff.
Everything we haven't used yet.
And there you could see our in this area, our covers are all tarps.
Yep.
I love it. And I said the other day when I was looking at images, I was like, this just feels hot. Like, there's no shade. There's nothing. It's just...
Yeah, the trees are very immature.
Yeah.
They haven't quite grown in. The only trees you have are on the edges, and that's not helping anybody.
My wife would call this moonscape. Like, when we were looking for houses, she didn't want to live in an area that was moonscape, where it was all super new builds with really immature trees. So we had to find an older neighborhood. So.
That's a good way to put it, moonscape. I like that.
Yeah, and this is what this reminds me of a lot.
So the last thing that I need, and maybe from you, Mineral, is what I want to do is have a QSR with a train car.
Yeah,
I want that somewhere around here, kind of like as the main QSR for the area.
Or maybe even a huge cargo crate.
At the end of the midway, it could be really cool.
Yeah, I think so. Like as a focal point as you look down.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Very nice.
And I might kill my laser tag idea because we're just running out of room.
Yeah.
We'll see.
All right.
Tired,
Well, there's one more thing to show off.
I feel like we have to show it off now.
We do.
Vengeance. Ooh. Well, no, sorry, Hype Coaster or Hype Train was the first.
We were going to call it Hyper Train and have the R fall off so it was Hype Train. But that felt too on the nose. That was a bit too Brocoaster for Brocoaster. So,
especially for such a giant edition as this.
For such a major edition. So
it's also... Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead. Now we'll just goat you. Don't worry.
It's also a really nice coaster, so it would be a bit of a disservice to give it the
That's true.
full-on pun name, you know.
And so I said, I'll be damned if Kinderly's going to touch my ride, and so I built it, and then I said, here, Kinderly, make it better.
Yeah, we definitely...
We caved. We've learned.
I mean... I hope that we've learned, because it's going to make for a very awkward season 2.
Well, I think we found a good compromise where we flesh out a really bad layout, and then he makes one that's close enough that we could feel like we had input on it.
Yeah, it seems to be a good system, because it's produced a pretty amazing result here.
Yeah, I'm impressed with this. He's incredible, and all 100% custom supported.
Not 100%, but
most of the stuff that looks great is custom supported.
Right.
Like
incredible.
All
these overbank turns with the custom supports look incredible.
Yeah.
So here we go. So we have a lift, and we go to what's our height on this thing?
It's 170 something.
Max. I can't find it.
Hold on.
Do they not have max height?
Yeah, they do. Max. Oh, the biggest drop's 174 feet.
Biggest drop is 174 feet. All right, so we're within where we want it to be. It's a little less than a hyper.
A true mega, yeah.
Right, but it's more. We were going for more of a Expedition GeForce anyway.
Yeah,
and I feel like we kind of have a nice combination of Superman and Expedition GeForce here.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's your more traditional out and back, but the helix here at the base of the drop is really unique. So that's kind of cool.
Yeah, I like how he's got a big floater airtime and then into that power helix and then back into some floater and then back into a helix. Really nice.
Yeah, a little bit of Millennium Force here at the end. I mean, you could see the inspirations, I think. So,
So you drop to what looks to be... I don't know what that degree is, but it's steep. It feels good on ride.
I'd say it's probably close to 80. That's because that's as steep as this ride can go.
Yeah, and you go into this tunnel that I did not ask for, that Kinderly says that I put him on tunnel restriction, and he said, okay, I'll make a tunnel.
I can see how he might have thought that meant you are restricted to only building tunnels.
Possibly, I don't know, Kinderly.
Yeah.
Then it goes into this awesome, cut turn.
And the reason that it does the layout it does is because Mike was very insistent that we don't have a lot of room outside of the train tracks. Like, this is
that was the idea.
Yeah, we're buttoned up on the border of the park here, so.
So if I zoom way back now that I can show the coaster, you can see the train line pretty much bisects the park where we own the land and where we've bought land, basically. And so I really wanted to make sure that this coaster was riding the line, was an edge runner, instead of taking up as much space as possible.
Right.
So yeah, I got this awesome overbank that goes by the rapids. I mean, it all fits in really well. That's the other nice thing, is that this ride's not too big.
Yeah, it doesn't dominate the skyline.
Exactly.
Yeah, I like it a lot.
He did an awesome job. We'll do a POV of this later, but it won't be this. It won't be this time. So we've got some treeing to do.
Yes. Yeah, it's very bare right now, but I do love it.
Those supports.
And
this lift is all custom. All the overbanks are custom.
Yeah. I have a question. Over the little airtime hill by the entrance, there's that wooden with all. What is that? You see that piece that's there, the wood with the angles? Is that
the protractor?
Yeah. Who's?
Oh yeah, I made a compass to measure the angle of a path that I was building at one point, because I was like, how steep is this? I was trying to look up what the steepest slope that people can walk on.
Ah.
That was back when we were doing the bridge, right?
Yeah.
Whole.
Okay, I had no idea what the hell. I saw it and I was like, that's clearly something to measure, and I had no idea what it was for. Oh, very interesting. Cool.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go.
So if you need to measure an angle at any point in the future, that's there for you.
Good to know.
Wonderful. Well,
thanks for your contributions to Brocoaster.
You need to measure any angle. Let's be honest.
Well,
hey, do you wanna talk about the transfer track that Kinderly's so happy with?
So awesome. He's so proud of this thing.
We looked at, was it Superman at Six Flags New England or the old
something
one?
Like that,
anyway, the transfer track is literally like a tarp over the train. And so he found something to make a tent transfer track. Yeah. And it just basically...
He's going to need to make the full tube, but yeah.
He's well on his way to making it. Yeah, I just think that's hilarious.
It's going to be good, yeah.
And I've started working on it. I don't know what you guys thought of my station design. The pics I sent, I was just trying to be as boring as possible, so it's going to be really boring.
Yeah, so the story of this area is that Southside wasn't here. This is a theme attempt to basically take what was there and turn it into something where they could add this like Eurofighter and say, hey, it's a new area, cool. But in between that time of adding rides on concrete platform in like, let's say the 90s, the park took a gamble on this hyper. And they named it Vengeance because it's kind of like a generic name enough. And so everything about Vengeance is going to be fairly generic. It's not really going to fit Southside.
Right. It's going to be the kind of the outlier. And they spent their budget on the coaster, but not much theming to kind of bring in the people. And then
expect a lot of cattle pens with tarps.
Yep. And that's this entire area. Cattle pens and tarps. Yep.
Cattle pens and tarps and some licensed music.
It's like the worst parts of all Six Flags and Cedar Fair parks combined.
But it's so damn fun once you have everything going and the people are in and the music's going.
Yeah.
Oh,
and actually, I think
a really fun area.
I think this might be one of the most realistic looking parts of the park because we're doing this, because so many parks do this. I like
just that sea of concrete on the floor with the, like, minimal theming.
It's so sad.
So guys, this is a huge milestone. This is it. This is all the additions.
This is the last major themed edition. Yep. Now it's a matter of getting everything in 100% complete order, which will take probably another 30 episodes. But
big old tidy up job.
Yeah. But
we have pretty much confirmed a season 2 a number of times, and we have we've asked Mineral if he wants to be a regular builder on season 2, and he said
yes.
Right. Yay! We need like bells and whistles. Ding, ding, ding. He said yes. Ding, 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 ding.
That wasn't just a, hey, we haven't asked you yet and we're just putting you on the spot right here. We actually did talk about it before.
Yeah. Because season 2 can't just be the two of us, or we will never ever finish. Like, the reason you're seeing such really strong updates the last couple episodes is because we have 5.
Kinderly.
We have Kinderly and now Mineral. And then the 2 of us jokers sitting back and watching. Ha ha ha. No.
I did. No, I built Rust Belt Rumble. So.
Yes.
And I did
It's
these
really
awesome
been
little trees.
I built a sign.
Yeah. It's totally been a collaborative effort.
No,
Like,
it has
I
been.
never would have made any of this stuff if we hadn't been like passing it back and forward and bouncing ideas off each other. And,
Yeah, and it's just too much fun. So
yeah.
I'm assuming all these people are staying on board while we tidy up season 1.
I believe so.
Excellent.
I don't know.
I mean, if they want to.
If
they want to. Yeah.
I've got things here that I still need to finish, so hopefully you won't mind me.
Yeah, no, excellent. Actually,
hanging around a little bit.
And now, do you want to go ahead and explain what's going to be happening with the park for the next 2 weeks, or should we just save that for the next 2 weeks?
No, I think we should talk about it right now.
All right.
It's gonna be huge.
In episode 29, when we were showing off all the awesome train stuff by Wings and Strings, someone mentioned, someone commented that you should get Wings and Strings on as a guest. Well, that a couple days after the episode dropped, he sent me a message and was like, "Hey, would you mind if I took the park and just made all your railroads as accurate and realistic as possible?" And we were like, yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah,
please.
Yeah, we'll take that.
And then do you want to record with us? And he's like, yeah. So what's going to happen is after we're done recording here, we're going to ship the park off to Wings and Strings. And he is going to go to town on rail. And he's going to make everything in the rail perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he's got great ideas. He's shown us some of the ideas he has. And you guys, if you're into trains, you're in for a great treat. And so he'll be joining us in 2 weeks to talk about what he did.
I swear, if he had like unlimited resources, he would have a model train museum because his modeling is on point.
It's incredible.
Yeah,
it's absolutely incredible. So so that's what's coming up in the future. So we're getting all kinds of hands on deck. So we still have to talk. We haven't mentioned the swinger yet. We keep waiting to talk about this.
Yes.
Do you want to wait one more week to talk about it?
I mean, I changed the color. It's faded arrow red now.
Okay. Well, why don't we just go ahead and... this arrow was not our idea originally. We got...
Oh, right.
Yeah, we got a message, a long time ago from one Shadow Phoenix. And you can find him on YouTube. I'll throw him the description. We'll put his channel in the description. And he sent us...
video, bitch.
Yeah, that's right. Mike will do that. Mike does it anyway because he edits everything. So, but he sent us a message quite a while ago and showed us an idea for a swinging coaster. And so we're like, yeah, that looks great, and we'll consider it and we'll put it in. And then we got into Kinderly's coasters, and we realized that we just kind of need to have him do the coasters.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
So he almost killed me on this design.
Yes,
too,
this was
it doesn't swing enough.
This almost made Kinderly quit. So Mike does that to everyone. I wonder what's going to make Ruble and Mineral want to quit. So
I already know what I could do.
That's
to make
true.
Ruble quit.
That's true. Yeah.
I'm not going to do that. I'm trying not to do that.
Yeah. So anyway, big huge shout out to Shadow Phoenix. He does some really nice stuff as well in Planet Coaster, and he was the impetus, the inspiration for this final swinging coaster design. So this is where he wanted it, and the main idea is his. So yeah, kudos to him.
Yeah, and thanks for Kinderly for figuring out how to get it to swing, because I mean these coasters are hard in No Limits too. They're impossible because you can't tell where it's going to actually swing.
Right.
If you don't have the curve just right, it's going to whip really hard.
Yeah.
So he's got it down pretty good here.
Yep. Cool.
And then eventually we'll finish the log flume too
that you jacked. That you absolutely
crushed. A lot of little
crushed.
things to fix.
Yeah, you need to fix that that turnaround. That doesn't look so hot.
Shut up.
Can you find the? I like it. Can you find the part that Ryan didn't build on the log flume? I can.
Shut up.
Wait, do I get to plug anything before it?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, just tell him to shut up.
Jeez.
I just want to plug eating pineapple pizza. I think it's very good. Everybody should do
Yes. Take that,
Pineapple on
Uthris.
pizza is it? You're from Chicago. How can you be okay with that?
Oh, it doesn't go on Chicago pizza. It goes on awful. It goes on
California pizza.
No, it just goes on awful chain pizza.
Oh.
No. Chicago pizza and pineapple. No, that'd be gross. But if it's any of those name brand chains, yeah, throw pineapple on it. I don't care.
So I'm cool with pineapple. I just don't like that they use like canned pineapple. If they used fresh pineapple, it would be really tart and good.
Okay. But I like pineapple,
see
chicken,
that.
and jalapenos. That's my go-to.
Ooh, that's good.
See?
Yeah, nice.
See?
All right, we're gonna start a food channel.
Bro Gourmet.
Binging with bros.
Oh, God. Alrighty, so let's get out of here. Are we done?
I think we're done.
All right.
Do you have anything
Yes.
else to say, Mineral? Do you want to give a
No,
shout out to your bros, to your chavs? Is
Just
that
every-
Your mates?
yeah, all the
Your
shout outs
chaps?
to all the chavs. Shout outs to all the lads and chaps and
Mates.
everyone out there.
shout out to Alton Towers?
Alton
Shout
Towers,
out to
Thorpe
Secret
Park.
Weapon 8.
Shout out to Chessington. Chessington World of Adventures. Big ups.
Alrighty, we're pinching it off here.
All right,
For Mass Bandit.
and N7.
And MineralJunction.
This is Planet Brocoaster, episode 30. See you next time, guys. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
You should have said cheerio.
Ah, you had the
bloody
option.
Ah, you
hell,
missed it.
Bloody forgot, didn't I?
White.
Jesus.
You were busy shouting out to all your chavs and
Yes.
chaps.
Your
Shout
English
out,
accent
mates.
is amazing. I think Mineral should try his American accent now.
No, you really don't want to.
I would like a cheeseburger.